Now what I want to demonstrate is we're going to use a horse here, excuse me, that is new. I just worked with this horse yesterday for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and as you can tell, she's too worried about minding everybody else's business and not her own, which is typical. And I've worked with her, softening her poll, and did my homework the best I could. So when I come out of the barn and I come outside here, I'm going to start on these trot poles, okay? Now I'm going to tell you, I've never done these trot poles with her yet, so I don't know what to expect. I kind of know what's going to happen, but you know, what I want to show you, you know, I've been showing you on Petey, who kind of knows the program inside and out, but I think it's also important for you to see one that, horse that's, you know, she's broke to ride, typical backyard horse, nice folks had her, but she's hadn't been anywhere and doesn't know a whole lot yet. So, you know, she's a perfect horse for us. We like her. Very well bred, very nice, smart horse, but has clearly been in charge where she came from. And so what we're trying to do now is just condition her mind to where she knows that I'm the leader, not her. And you have to do that in a very gradual process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take her and I'm going to lunge her. Okay. Now I've got this worked out yesterday where I got her to where she'll lunge. Yesterday she didn't even want to walk lunging. She just kind of wanted to trot around like a hootenanny, you know. But you know, in her defense, probably the person that started her was in a hurry for everything they did. You know, that a lot of these horses are handled by people that do everything in a hurry. So the horses don't know how to take their time and don't know what to do and don't know how to think. And you know, she's not even she's not even looking at me. She's too worried about minding everybody else's business. And you give me till the end of the day, I'll have her to where she's waiting for me to do everything. She's going to want to see what I want to do. Or now, she's just worried about what she wants to do. Well, it would be very hazardous and very silly to climb on this horse's back in this condition, because she's just going to put you at risk and put herself at risk. See, this horse, see now she's starting to think where she's putting her feet down. That's good, see. Now watch, when she comes through there, see, she's thinking about things a little bit. So in amongst all this distractive behavior, I get a few thought processes out of her. You know, I get her thinking just a little, okay? And I see how she's daydreaming and stepping over those poles. Now you watch, it won't take us long. See, she's not even looking at the ground. There, now she's looking at the ground. So I might spend an hour out here with her, and this teaches her not to rush, okay? So somewhere in her life she's been taught to rush, okay? Well, no, see there how she trips and stumbles and kind of is a little bit clumsy about all this. Well, she's been taught to rush. Well, I don't want to rush. I want to have a peaceful, relaxing, safe ride, okay? I don't want to have to take a hold of her and protect my safety by just trying to hang on, okay? See there? She's starting now to mind her business. She's starting to mind her business now. It's good. And see how we're walking this circle with a little loop in my rope? And my hands are as soft on this rope as I am going to have my reins when I ride her, okay? See there? But see, I'm not accomplishing anything, I don't think, until I can get her to walk this. And I don't want her to touch. I want her to... See here how she's thinking a little bit now? Every once she looks up like she's missing out on something somewhere else. But see, that means we don't have total occupation of her mind. Well, I sure don't want to ride her unless I have occupation of her mind, I can tell you that. Because that gets a little hazardous and painful on occasion. There you go. See how she looks up? She's not paying attention. I want to completely occupy her mind. I want her waiting for my direction. And I'm going to try to be her leader. Okay. Alright, now. Whoa. So even when I'm going to rest here, I'm going to demand her attention. Okay. I don't want her looking around. I don't want her walking into me. I don't want her minding everybody else's business. I want her to attend to what we're talking about and what we're doing here. Okay. I want her to hold her head still and correct her. And I'm going to rub her ears. See how she's going to be with her ears. I'm not going to clip her ears until I can rub her ears. And then maybe I'll get a brush and I'll brush her ears before I attack her with a set of clippers. You know, she doesn't know what that is. She doesn't look like she's ever been clipped. Okay. So, you know, everybody wants to twitch your horse and get in a big fuss over clippers. Well, if I can't stand here and rub her ears, obviously she's never been ear twitched, and which I do not recommend. And she's never had anybody wrestle her down and try to clip her ears, obviously, because she doesn't even know that song and dance yet. But now, yesterday I worked with this horse, dropping its head. Okay. Like when I went to yesterday to soften her neck and pull, she pulled her head straight up in the air. And if I'd have had my arm like this yesterday, she'd have lifted me right off the ground, picking her head up. But see now, but I think when you put your arm over their pole like this, it provides confinement. You know, this is like one of their first experiences with confinement. Okay, this is a confining feeling to a horse. But you ought to be able to do that, because I can't bridle her. I can't put my bridle on unless I can get this out of my horse. Okay, and then I want to be able to flex her jaw. See? See there? Good. See when I flexed her jaw how she moved her hip? Watch it. Good. 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 See there? So that tells us that she's got a total arc in her body. Well, she can't canter a circle. She can't trot a circle until she can find flex in her back and suppleness. Well, if her back is stiff and straight, she can't disengage her hip. She can't soften her neck. Well, see, that's where it all starts, right here. Everybody wants to climb on a horse's back and zoom around in a bunch of circles, beating on them with a crop, trying to get them to take the right leads. Well, the reason the horse doesn't want to take their leads, and the reason they're not cantering properly, is because they're not supple and they're not soft. But the people aren't patient enough or knowledgeable enough to know that until I can soften this jaw right here and I can get this horse to, like yesterday, she wouldn't back up a step. Okay? Now watch. Ounces. Ounces. Well, how can I get her to back when I'm on her, when I'm mounted, if I can't get her to back in hand? Okay. So, you know, what I will do now is, and I'll just spend the rest of the day with this horse, maybe off and on, here and there, and we'll go to different obstacles and we'll try different things. And we'll come over here to this teeter bridge and let's see. Obviously, I'm not going to cross the teeter bridge until I can cross those railroad ties. So what I'm going to do here, just like I did with Petey in my last videos, is we're going to ask her to cross this bridge. Okay, so that's good. But notice she's puffing a little air and she's looking around and she's convinced that somebody's going to give her a whooping. She's not sure what's going to happen here. Now she's going to jump it. Okay. So now I'm going to make her go long, like at an angle where she's got to jump further, and then she's decided, well, if I don't step right, I hit my ankles and that hurts a little bit. Okay. There. There. Now we're going to go the other direction. See how I turned her? She got up on there, and I'll get her to walk across it, okay? But see how she's in a hurry. She's just in a hurry. That's not her fault. She was taught that. Some of these guys that charge for this, they work a job through the day and come home at night, and they only got a little bit of time before it gets dark to do this, and everybody's in a big hurry, and well, doggone it. There's some things that you just can't take shortcuts, and this is one of them. See how she turned when I didn't ask her, so now I'm going to bring her back and make her do this. I'll make her do this. See, and I don't like this restless hurriedness she's got. So what I have to do, first of all, is relax myself, okay? And if I'm pushing, she's going to get worse. So now what I have to do when she gets fractious or anxious, I have to calm down like this. Come on. See there? She cheated on me. I let her do it because I didn't want to get after her. So if you'll notice, my posture and my attitude is very soft. See, I got my stick down. I'm not even using the stick. So as she speeds up, I slow down. Because if I sped up when she sped up, next thing you know, we're going to have a catastrophe out here where you're going to have everybody boiling over. But now watch how little by little, softer I get, she starts to take her time more. So after 15-20 minutes of this, I promise you, 15-20 minutes of this, of me slowing down my posture, slowing down my approach, she will soak that up and she will mirror that back. So if I went at her aggressively, that's going to boil the pot over. I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want this horse, when somebody gets on its back, to rush through everything and be in a big hurry. And, you know, like if you get in a tight spot and you rush through it and you drag your leg against a fence post or a tree or something, that's not good. You know, that's not proper. When I get in a tight squeeze with a horse, I want them to slow down, and I want them to know where their feet are, and I want them to maneuver around safely. But if they've been pushed and beat on and forced to do everything in a hurry, well, that's not safe. That's dangerous. There. So what I did right there, I did on purpose. That I stood here and we talked for a little bit, and I allowed her to kind of collect her thoughts a little bit. And then we went ahead and did it very slowly and very, very properly, okay? And I'm rewarding her through my kindness and softness, that when she does it right, which that was right, in my opinion, that I will show her kindness and softness, and I'll allow her to rest, take a break, collect her thoughts, and then when we start out next time, this is what I expect. We're going to start where we finished today. We're not going to overdo this. So as you can see, it's more of a thought process as it is anything else. You got to get your attitude right, and you got to manage your energy in order to manage that horse's energy. If you can get that figured out, you can go places.